Hey, welcome back everyone. How are you all doing today? Apologies that I couldn't make it to recording the usual market analysis, the weekly market analysis, the preparation of the new week. Because of one or two, been busy throughout the weekend and I had to take a rest on Sunday because my weekend was actually very packed. However, this is the end of the day market recap. So let's take a look at what we have today on DXY. And we're going to take it all the way down to, the remaining pair across board, especially the one I have running that are very, very not looking very cool right now. All right, so let's jump straight into it. DXY, everybody, the usual and our favorite dollar index. I'm just kidding. Moving forward, I play too much, guys. So you can see that, we are out of this particular bullish momentum for a while now. And right now we're seeing a bearish setup. I think it's just building up gradually on the dollar index. And don't forget that right now we're technically out of the US government shutdown debacle. And as you all know that by Wednesday we'll be having this, what's it called again? We'll be having, by Thursday, we'll be having NFP, the usual labor data. This is not something that happens all the time. It doesn't happen, like, it rarely happens. But sometime like this, it does happen. And you can see we'll be having NFP, unemployment rate, unemployment claim, hourly earnings, and everything is coming on Thursday, November 20. So prepare yourself for that. Don't worry. On Wednesday, we're going to talk in details about that. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I just want to show us that, yes, the dollar is back to where it used to be, when we used to get all the data. And I want to bet that by next week we should be getting the inflationary data. Nope, we're not going to be getting inflationary data next week. The only inflation that we'll be getting is the PCE. Okay, the core PCE. Okay, that's what we're going to be getting on Wednesday next week. So that's that. But the CPI, PPI, I guess that will be next month. All right. So that's fair. I guess we can say that is fair. Now let's focus on the DXY right now, because as you can see right here on DXY, it is in this bearish channel. All right. After this particular bullish momentum, I think it got exhausted at the top here. And then we saw the break of this particular trend line that a couple of times it has acted as support. Okay, I would say dynamic support. Now, can we say that dollar is getting weaker? I would love to see a weak dollar. Okay, sentimentally, if my opinion kind of counts, all right, I would say that I want to see a bearish dollar. All right, and fundamentally also, I'm not sure anything really makes good sense on the dollar. Okay, let's take a look at the fundamentals just for a minute. As you can see right here, it doesn't really make good sense because we've not really been getting any actual data aside the labor data that we're going to be getting on Thursday, not next week. This particular Thursday, we're going to be getting all of this. All right, not JOT. JOT is not there. ADP is not there. We're going to be getting initial jobless claim, unemployment rate, the wage growth, and the NFP. Those four will be coming on Thursday. So at least for a while, for once in a while, okay, we're going to be getting NFP at least. So that is a good thing, right? And the inflationary data, we're going to be getting all of that maybe next month for sure, because nothing is listed in the calendar yet. So maybe next month we're going to be getting all of that. So that's fair. Aside PCE that we're going to be getting next week, Wednesday. All right. So overall, I would say that dollar is still not there yet, in my personal opinion. And if I'm going to be focusing on the technical over here, I would say that there is a chance to get something like this. Okay, a rejection from the top here, and we're going to get to see dollar back to 98.50 region right here, possibly before we now see it continue to the upside, or maybe proceed and fall further to the downside. All right, but right now it is very tricky to even forecast what's going to happen. All right, possibly by tomorrow, if we get a bearish candle below here, maybe we can now be certain of the bearish trajectory of the DXY of the dollar. And if peradventure we get a break to the upside like this, I guess it is all the way to the moon for the dollar index. Okay, so right here, I would say I'm pretty stable. As a matter of fact, the fact that this is happening, it has put most of my position in a lot of jeopardy. Okay, by jeopardy, I mean it has reduced my profit drastically. Drastically. When I say drastically, it has reduced it by maybe around 55%. Okay, it actually traded me out on some, and Aussie dollar that I took a fresh new buy, it took me out. So overall, I would say that bearish dollar will really be good right now. Okay, but if that's not the case, I will tell you that wait for a break out of this particular bearish channel, this particular one. Wait for a break above it, okay? Wait for a nice and decent pullback. Then maybe we can resume back to buying the dollar. However, buying the dollar has to be done very cautiously. Why? Because we still have this particular resistance at the top here. Okay, it is not going anywhere until we get it violently broken, and that resistance is sitting at 100. Okay, 100 region. So you don't want to rush into that because it could be very painful if you just long blindly. So you want to be very cautious on how you approach dollar moving forward. For me personally, I would say that I need, in another leg to the downside, probably retesting of the bearish, this particular lower band of this channel, and then maybe we're going to see it continue to the upside. But if it's going to fall further, I would love that even better. So that is that on that. Let me take you through my trades. Okay, the one I have open. I took a buy on Aussie dollar, kind of trade me out around here today. Now, the second trade I took tapped me out in a loss, which is fair. Okay, overall, I would say Aussie dollar is a very good, is a profitable trade, just that it's dramatic. Now, what is the next plan on Aussie dollar? I want to see another leg to the downside right here. Okay, another leg lower, because I didn't really trust this particular leg in the first place. I did not really trust it, but I just had to take the trade, okay, because I have a very massive stop loss. But when it now went ahead and dragged really upside, it gave me like 1.3%. So that gave me a chance to trail, and I thought that's good. And then the market pushed to this particular region. It gave me another opportunity to launch another entry. But I mean, as you can see right now, you can see the result is not very palatable. So that's that on that. However, if we get a fresh leg to the downside on Aussie dollar, I won't mind buying again, because overall, when you take a closer look at Aussie dollar, okay, in an insight, you see that it's leaning bullish. All right, it's leaning bullish. We have a low here. We have a couple of ridiculous highs here. We have low. We have low. We have what I can take out of Aussie dollar is that all the highs are fresh new highs. This high, this new high, this new high, this new high, and this new high. This is the current high. So the next time we have to break above here for us to be sure that that's a good one. All right, and we have a very dynamic low right here, which is more like a flat bottom here. So if you're going to be bearish on the Aussie dollar, I would say that it has to break down to this region. Then we can say we are bearish on it. Anything above here, I would stay bullish on Aussie dollar. All right, so just on the technical perspective for you. All right, euro dollar, I'm still holding my buy trade on euro USD. I mean, it's going through a little bit of turbulence right now, and I mean, it's very well expected, right? It's very well expected. So we have this particular trend line that got broken last week, and now it seems like it's retesting this particular region again. So I would just wait for a very potential entry. Okay, if I can see a candlestick pattern, maybe a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern on a 4-hour time frame. If we engulf this particular region, am I launching a new buy to add to this particular position overall on AUD? I mean on AU, excuse me, on EU. All right. So I would love that very much. But overall, I think euro dollar has a very good chance to rally. Just that this particular, excuse me for that, this particular resistance, all right, needs to be taken out. Okay. Once that particular resistance is taken out, then we are good to go. All right. Anything below here, I will be cutting my profit. Okay. I will be closing the trade, because overall the trade actually has run in over around how many 1.2%. So, and I start my trailing stop. I mean, I start trailing at 1%. So the trade is already a very good one. But right now it's pulling back. Pullback is normal, is necessary, especially as a swing trader. So you just have to stick on that. Pound Aussie is another fresh one that I took. It's very dramatic. Okay, if you have been following my video, you know that I'm holding this one for a very long time. So for now, a break above there, a pullback, yes, I would buy Pound Aussie. Okay, I will add to the buy, and the account that I don't have it on, I'm gonna buy it. Okay, it looks really good. I like this range. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind if we get a fresh leg lower. Okay, so it will make it 3 bottom and maybe 3 tops. Okay, something like this. Okay, then I want to see something like this all the way to the upside. You get, I want 3 bottom and a potential 3 tops. Okay, right here. Then I want to build up. Okay, and then I will look for buy on Pound Aussie moving forward. This is where I'll be looking for buy. But this is just me trying to paint a picture. The market can break out tomorrow, pull back, and then I will look for buy. But that break and pull back must happen. That is non-negotiable. If it doesn't happen, then you know me, I don't take the trade. Pound dollar also, I'm still holding my buy. Again, it's very dramatic, still quite ridiculously scary. But my trailing stop is at break even right now, because I am still expecting possibly another leg lower, all right, before we can now see pound dollar move all the way to the upside, comfortably. Because when you take another fresh look at it in an inside, this is a very bullish pair. Okay, it's very bullish. Okay, and I mean, just look at it. It's pretty bullish. Okay, so there's no point in trying to, play chicken over here. All right, so best thing is look for buy to the upside here. Then maybe we can get a fresh low, and then the market will bounce up again, something like that. But overall, pound dollar, I'm still pretty bullish on it. I will hold the trade as long as possible, and let's see how that goes. USD also kind of like take a very different turn from what I was expecting. But again, the pullback is expected. It's normal. Right. So if we get a push to this region, I might add to this position, and then maybe we get a fresh leg to the downside, something like this. Okay, that is what I'm going to be looking for on USD card. Okay, a retest of this particular region, and then maybe I can get it down there. Okay, down to this region, and whatever happens from there, maybe a fly to the upside or maybe a break to the downside. But whatever happens, we shall see. But for now, in a more shorter band or a more shorter, more on a more shorter time frame. Okay, or let's just say on the short term, okay, on the short term perspective, I would say that market retest this region and reject it to the downside. Okay, something like this. This is gonna be my target overall. So let's just watch out on USD card. I mean, the market is still pretty young. I'm not sure this actually gave up to 1%. Is it? Did it? It actually gave 2.8%. That is very, very beautiful. But anyways, it's still very young. So I'm gonna keep a close tab on it just to see how it goes. Now let's talk about trade recommendation. Okay, don't forget last week we talked about Bitcoin short opportunity. I'm not sure we're able to get that Bitcoin sell opportunity, and you can see Bitcoin is falling flat on its face right now. And we discussed this last week, right? I said there's a chance that we're going to get Bitcoin at 85k. Okay, 85k is on the table. All right, 85k is on the table. So I wouldn't mind shorting Bitcoin right now, especially if I can get a retest of this, 98,000 to 100k. Okay, if I can get the retest of this particular region back to this particular trend line, I wouldn't mind shorting Bitcoin. I mean, I'll be targeting 85, 88, 85, 88, or maybe 83, something like that. All right. I mean, it's very possible. It's on the table. So there's no point in not taking it. Right. There's no point in not taking it. You can see the momentum. It's crystal clear. It's right there for the taking. Okay, this particular dramatic support is already taken out today. So all I want is just a very good pullback, and then I will short all the way down to this region right here on Bitcoin. So watch out for Bitcoin. It might be a very good one that you might want to take. And as usual, back to gold. Gold is very, very beautiful. It's a beautiful asset, honestly. It's a very beautiful asset. Sometimes it can be ridiculous, but it's a beautiful asset, I will tell you that. So first off, gold, don't forget we've been trying to short sell gold for a while now, isn't it? We've been trying to short sell gold now and see where it is. Although I couldn't take any of this trade at the top here, but I bet you that I've been taking it on the shorter time frame, on this 15-minute time frame, day trade kind of signal that I've been trading. I mean, this really looks very beautiful. So like I told you guys, I've been very tired and all. So I slept all through the Asia market, throughout the London market, and half of New York market. Actually, I woke up around 4 p.m. I didn't really wake up like that. I was just lying on the bed, tired and just feeling useless and all like that. You get the point. So the plan, I figured, I mean, this moving average still looks very bearish. I mean, just look at it. If you take a look at it on the 15-minute time frame, it's a clear bearish momentum. I mean, nothing is changing that. So I figured, I mean, just chip it in. Okay, and back to 5-minute time frame, you will notice that the RSI is also at overbought. Okay, slightly above 50. That's another point that I love to see on this particular 5-minute intraday setup. So I got in right here. Why did I get in right there? Because of this break and retest. And don't forget, I woke up late. So when I got up, I couldn't get a very good entry. Okay, so I waited for this particular support to get taken out. Got taken out, got pulled back, and I just take the trade right there. My stop loss is always above the previous high. So the market dragged me up. All right, I had another position around here, and the market just fall flat. Okay, that's very good. I made around 400 pips. I mean 450 pips each on this particular trade. To be honest, I was using 0.01, and I made like $45, and another one is $47 on those trades. So that's roughly around 450 and 470 something dollars. I mean 470 something pips on those trades. So that's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. So back to what I was trying to explain to you now. What is the next course of action on gold? I would tell you that there is a possibility. There are two possibilities here. Okay, I would say let's go to 4-hour time frame, because I'm gonna do something that I don't really like doing again. Okay, because I don't like when analysts say something like that. But that could be a possibility of what the future holds for gold. All right. First off, when you take a look at the RSI right here, you see that it's still slightly below 50. So we could see a leg lower back to extreme oversold region in the momentum. But we are focusing on the momentum of the gold. Okay, of gold instead of the gold, instead of gold. But whatever the case may be, I'm not an English person. So moving forward, we can see something like this. Okay, all the way to the downside, back to 3,900 region. Okay, so all the way back there. However, another view of gold is, okay, it might also play like this. Okay, so that is two ways that gold could play out. And I'm watching both regions. If it break above there, pull back, I might long it on my swing trading account, However, if that's not the case and the market breaks to the downside right here, I will still be selling on my 5 minute, 15-minute time frame intraday account, basically. So that's my plan for gold. On a long term, I'm bullish on gold, but I want to take a buy when I know it has a better chance of rallying. Okay, so if you wish to trade this with me, you can send me a private, you can send me a DM. Okay, no pressure on it. Okay, no pressure at all. You can send me a DM. We'll see how we can add it to my exclusive pages. Okay, but if you just want to watch the video and you can better plan yourself, you can scale up, you can scale in, you can spot all of this trade yourself. I think that's better. Okay, so that's just the case. But I'll wait for this for my swing trade opportunity, and I'll wait for this for my intraday, because the reason why I'll be intraday, this is why I will probably day trade a bearish path, a bearish signal on gold, or a bearish momentum of gold, is because I don't want the situation whereby I'll be going against a very decent momentum, which is bullish. As you can see, this is bullishness on this is as bullish as it gets. Okay, this is as bullish as it gets, but I don't want to miss out on the selling opportunity as well. So watch out for a short opportunity on gold and an upside opportunity on gold as well. So I don't like doing it, but I mean, that's if you want to be conservative, then you have to wait for something like this. Okay, but if you don't want to be conservative, you can just take a buy right here, put your stop loss below here, and just watch out. That's the plan. So based on what we've also discussed today, I guess we've talked about a potential short opportunity on gold, a potential short on BTC, and I think we also talked about the potential long on gold as well. So how this play out, we're gonna finalize them tomorrow when you hear my voice again, because you're not seeing my face. All right. So those are the trades I have for you today. I'm not sure if USDJPY actually make any sense for now. I would let's take a look at it. No, dollar yen. I mean dollar yen. Don't touch dollar yen yet. Okay. Don't forget, this is still the plan on dollar yen. All right. You can see this is what it means when we talk about waiting for confirmation, right? This is what I always talk about, what I always share with my friends. I don't like calling them my students. Okay, this is what I used to talk about with my friends. All right. I mean, you just have to wait for confirmation. If there's no confirmation, you don't have to enter the trade. Especially as a swing trader, you do not need to force yourself into it. Just go ahead and sleep, or go to work, or watch Netflix. Do something else. Don't trade. All right. For buy opportunity on US dollar yen, I'm not sure about it yet. For a buy, I'm not really sure. But a short opportunity, it has to break below this intraday low for me to short it, honestly. Okay, anything outside of that, I'm just going to watch this go. Okay, although I wouldn't want a stronger dollar per se, but if that's what the market is ready to give, I guess that's what the market is ready to give. We don't have any other choice. And maybe tomorrow I might come back and I might get to see maybe a break and retest of structure or something decent. I might look into buying US dollar yen, especially if it makes something like this, a bigger move to the upside and a pullback to retesting this region. Yeah, of course, we can look to buy dollar yen. But right now, I'm leaning bearish than bullish on dollar yen. So guys, I'll see you tomorrow by the grace of God. Have a good day. Please stay safe